Our father was a really keen helicopter pilot throughout his life. He used to fly a lot out of a local airfield called Kemble. He used to spend a lot of time flying over the Cotswold Water Park, which is an area of 40 square miles of huge lakes, and it intrigued him. He always thought, wow, that'd be an amazing place to develop a holiday home community, and eventually he decided to look further into it and actually found out that the site was for sale.
When he landed, he would have found swallows and Amazons environment with wildlife everywhere, and he told us many times that when he first landed, all he could hear was bird song, trout jumping out the lake, swans flying, and it was just the most amazing space that he'd ever seen. That's where it really kind of landed, that whole, harmonising ecology, architecture and people. That's what he wanted to create.
The estate was originally called Lower Mill Farm, named after the old mill that's here. It's one of only a couple of working water mills on the entire River Thames, and we're actually working with a couple of residents at the moment in getting that started up again.
It was the only property that was habitable, and that's where the family and I spent all of our summers. And from there we would go out into the Cotswold Water Park, venture out onto the estate, and it was our base, it was our family base.
The old farmhouse was really the first property that I ever remember. It was where I spent my formative years. I was very young when we originally moved in there, and I just remember spending our summers using that as our base.
One of the most memorable things about being at Lower Mill Estate was the time that we were able to spend with each other, and we would go swimming together, we would have barbecues, and it was just full of activities and memories, and that for me was just beautiful.
And our father gave us this, amazing childhood that we've got such fond memories of, and we've all just started to have children of our own. So to take that to the next generation and let them experience what we experienced as kids is something that I'm really, really excited about.
I think we had a perfect example of what a childhood can be, and it's great to be able to pass that on to the next generation.
Our father passed away in 2013. I'd been working with him for 5 years, Red for 4 years. All of a sudden, we have this business that we're responsible for. It really helped. I think that Red and I had been working with Dad for a long time.
I was adamant that I wouldn't join the family business. All throughout my childhood, I wanted to do something on my own. When Dad passed away, and the opportunity came to join the business and really affect change and do something incredibly special, I jumped at the opportunity. I had to learn very quickly, and there were a lot of instances where I had to learn by doing, and I worked my way from the ground up, and that's exactly what I wanted to do.
There were many things that I had to learn really quickly, such as managing a team. We were taking on the responsibility that Dad had as owners of the development. And so it was a huge learning curve, it still is, but we are pushing things forward.
And in terms of inspiring the staff, they've just lost their leader, and stepping into that role, I was so glad to have Red and Rory with me. It was our chance to put our stamp on it going forward.
Dad's vision was very organic. Once the family had an opportunity to enjoy the estate, explore the estate, we made so many memories as kids. He had a light bulb moment, and at that point he knew that he wanted to be able to share this with other families.
Lower Mill Estate started with an area called Mill Village, which is all located around the original buildings on the estate, the old derelict barns, the mill, the red brick farmhouse. And it started along the lines of your cosy chocolate box style Cotswold cottage. Beyond that, our father wanted to work on something a bit more unique and exciting. And that's where the development of the rest of the estate came in, with a focus on innovative avant-garde architecture.
The concept of Lower Mill Estate is that families can buy a freehold plot of land, they can build their own dream home by using a recommended builder, and they get access to hundreds of acres of nature reserve. And it's really important to note that 1/3 of the development is for developed areas, 2/3 is complete nature reserve, and that's the big back garden. And owners can also access facilities such as the spa, the restaurant, we have an eco pool, treatment rooms. You can go out on the lakes, kayaking, swimming, and it's all about freedom. It's all about enjoying life, the lifestyle. getting out on the water and making memories with your family.
Habitat First Group became more than home ownership here at Lower Mill in Silver Lake, and so what we really wanted to do was introduce services that really encourage people into the great outdoors. So we've got this great offering called Activity Hub, and it meets all of your needs in terms of bikes, boat hire, and really encourages people to get out onto the nature reserve and explore every inch. We've also got services, Habitat Housekeeping, to look after all of your needs and really provide you with a hassle-free holiday, alongside Habitat Escapes. Habitat Escapes actually started as Lower Mill Estate Luxury Holidays in 2008, and at the time we only had 3 properties on our books. We recognised a demand for people wanting to holiday at Lower Mill Estate. So we launched Lower Mill Estate Luxury Holidays, and over the last 13 years now, it's developed into Habitat Escapes to cover both Lower Mill Estate and Silver Lake. And it's just bringing these families here to experience the kind of lifestyle we had when we were younger.
Silver Lake Dorset is our second estate, and it's very much built in the image of Lower Mill Estate, but with a few unique twists. Of course, the location, it's right by the seaside. You're just 15 minutes away from the Jurassic Coast, where you've got some fantastic historic coastline, beautiful beaches and amazing views. And the landscape around it is quite different. Lower Mill Estate, the area is quite flat, lots of fantastic lakes, and around Dorset you've got the rolling hills of the Dorset countryside to enjoy. At Silver Lake we've got many facilities on offer, most notably our spa, which has a beautiful outdoor swimming pool and a roof terrace bar where you can have some snacks and nibbles and a lovely drink whilst watching the sunset. It's got one of the best views that certainly I've ever seen from a spa. But our main facility is our nature reserve. You've got hundreds of acres of beautiful walking trails, cycling path, so you really get that feeling of being immersed in nature and exploring the Great British countryside. Birchwood North Devon is a fantastic site. It's quite different to Lower Mill Estate and Silver Lake. It's a bit smaller, around 180 acres, but it's immersed in beautiful ancient woodlands, and you've got the River Ven running right through the centre of the site. A lot of the development will be in and amongst the trees, so you really will feel like you're immersed in the forest. North Devon is a really popular surfing destination. You've got beautiful beaches, and the estate is located in a UNESCO biosphere, which is an area of outstanding natural beauty that shows how people and nature can live together.
Habitat Zero is Habitat First Group's pledge to become an environmentally friendly, carbon neutral business by 2030. And we've implemented a lot of small things over the last few years, and we've recently employed specialists to come in, to write reports, to show us what we're doing right and to show us where we can make improvements, because we're incredibly serious about hitting that goal by 2030.
The Habitat First Foundation is our charitable foundation that we set up around about 3 years ago now, with the ultimate goal of building 2 properties, one at Lower Mill Estate and one at Silver Lake, that are fully kitted out for disabled access and available for holidays 365 days of the year. So we've done various fundraising events over the last few years, and we've got more planned for the future, but we'll continue raising money for that, and it's something close to our heart. Our father was very interested in his charitable work, and we're happy to continue that legacy.
We've had so many key milestones through the 25 years. A few to mention would be our accreditation with Building with Nature. We're the only holiday home development to have that. And our Best House Award, which was for the Habitat House. We've won Landscape Awards. We've won Best Leisure Development in the UK Awards. And I mean, I could roll off a list of about 20, but we continue to win awards. We continue to invest in the estate, to improve the estate, and that's really important for us to stay ahead of any of our competitors.
In the future, I'm most looking forward to seeing Birchwood come to life. The site is so fantastic and it's so different to Lower Mill Estate and Silver Lake. There's still so much here to keep us busy.
Yeah.
We have Habitat Escapes, habitat maintenance, ballyhoo.
It's, you know, Lower Mill Estate's been a 25-year project, and we're just at the start of Silver Lake. You know, we've got a huge future ahead of us with Silver Lake, with Birchwood, and to get those sites finished the way we finished Lower Mill, it will just be, you know, incredible to have those 3 sites finished, and what a legacy for the Paxton family.